Wow, stories.
Am I the idiot for picking a fight over my stepdaughter getting extra drinks throughout the night? This is an incredibly ignorant argument to me, but I genuinely need to know if I'm wrong here. I got together with my husband 6 years ago. I had a 1-year-old son and he had a 4-year-old daughter. Both of us had full custody. We admittedly blended our families super quickly, but it was never an issue for anyone involved, and it worked out quite nicely. My son is now almost 7 and his daughter is almost 11. The issue arose as of recently because my husband made a rule years ago that there was only 1 drink before bed, and never throughout the night due to both kids having accidents. I had no issue with this. It was even recommended by the doctor. The issue, however, is that he is now allowing his daughter to have multiple drinks throughout the night and is still telling my son he can't have one. Neither kids have had accidents for quite a while, but he was fully stuck by this rule until maybe 6 months ago, but only with my kid. This thoroughly pisses me off, and I have multiple reasons for it. For one, my son has asthma, and his throat and mouth get dry, often due to his inhaler. For two, he also sweats way more than I would ever think possible for any child, and again, this makes him incredibly thirsty. His daughter has no issues. She simply can't sleep, so she gets up to get a drink, or she hears us talking in the kitchen and makes excuses to come out for a drink, but just sits there and tries starting conversations with us. She also pounds easily 2 cups every single time she does this, so she is up and down no less than 5 times a night to use the bathroom. So, when she just came out to the kitchen to grab a drink, I told her no. Reason being was because my son had just asked for one not even 15 minutes prior and was told no by my husband. My husband asked why she couldn't, and I told him, again, as I've mentioned it multiple times, that I'm tired of him allowing her special drink treatment when my son, who has actual reasons for needing drinks, is told no constantly. He got pissed and got my son a drink and brought it to him. He comes back out and says, "There, happy?" So I said, "That's a start." However, he is now pulling the cold shoulder and very obviously pissed off at me. Am I the idiot? ETA. I said it already in my post, but some people aren't seeing it. I have spoken to him several times about the water issue, and long before this year alone. I started raising this point over 3 years ago, but truly started pushing it when he started allowing his kid drinks throughout the night, but not mine. I couldn't raise the issue any more than I already have. Both kids got a drink. I told my stepdaughter no, but gave her one after he gave my son one. Everyone sucks here. Why are either of you treating water like it's some kind of special treat? If neither kid is having accidents, the rule should go, though honestly it seems fricked up even with the accidents happening. He sucks worse in this situation, but you suck because your reaction was to try and deny his kid water instead of just telling him this is ridiculous and giving your child water when he asks for it. Everyone sucks here. You both sound a little ridiculous. I understand not wanting accidents, but if the kids are thirsty, let them have drinks. You should nip in the bud when the girl tries to come out to socialize when it's bedtime. But allowing both of them to have a cup of water by their bedside would alleviate all of this. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for kicking my girlfriend out of her room in my apartment so that my dad could sleep in it? My dad came to visit me for a few weeks, and I was excited to see him since we hadn't seen each other in months. However, my apartment is already pretty full with my girlfriend living there, who doesn't pay rent, and me. We have a 2-bedroom apartment, but my girlfriend uses the second room as her personal woman cave and prefers to sleep there most nights. The problem was that my dad had to sleep on the couch in the living room, which was causing him severe back pain. He's 70 years old. Plus, it was inconvenient for everyone since we couldn't watch TV late at night without disturbing him. So I asked my girlfriend if my dad could sleep in her room for a few days, and she could sleep in my room. Seemed like a reasonable request since my dad was only staying for a few more days. However, my girlfriend wasn't having it. She didn't want to give up her space and insisted that I should sleep on the couch or in her room instead. But her bed was too small for me to sleep in, and I needed a proper place to sleep. I got upset because I felt like she wasn't being reasonable. After all, she doesn't pay rent, and this is my apartment. She still refused and said that I should have planned better for my dad's visit, saying I should have booked him a hotel room. She called me selfish and made it seem like I was the one being unreasonable. Eventually, I got her to let my dad stay in her room, but she keeps bringing it up and making me feel guilty about it. She's acting like I did something terrible, when all I was trying to do was help my dad out. Am I the idiot here? Not the idiot. Might be an unpopular opinion, but people on this sub go rabid against an entire room being used as a man cave. I'm gonna go ahead and say that while paying no rent is fine, however y'all do finance is fine as long as that's your agreement. I do find it selfish to pay no rent and have a woman cave, while also telling you how to spend your money by telling you to get a hotel room for your dad instead of compromising. Everyone sucks here. You can't hold the not paying rent over her in this situation as it clearly isn't an issue for you, otherwise you would have expected rent before this. Your dad is your guest. You really should have sorted it out before he got there. She sucks because it isn't an unreasonable request. Now, for the next story. Would I be the idiot if I don't give my brother-in-law's equivalent wedding presents? I, female 54, like to crochet. People who have seen my work say it's heirloom/museum quality, so I'm not just going off my own opinion that it's good. My husband John, male 47, and I have been married for 17 plus years, together about 5 more before that. John is the oldest, then John's sister Samantha, 46, then their much younger half-brothers, Rob, 38, and Seth, 36. Thus, I have considered Rob and Seth family since they were kids. I often crochet for my family. Samantha asked me to make a beach cover-up. Mother-in-law asked for a sweater. They've each received afghans and scarves. One cousin got a baby afghan, another set of placemats, etc. All of those items were well received. Also, John has several scarves and we have afghans all over the house. Everything was fine, until Rob married Joanne Tilda 3 years ago. John and I bought them 2 things off their registry at Tilda $25. I also got them a set of napkin rings and made them a matching set of 8 coasters, 8 napkins, and a tablecloth. Between store-bought items, materials, purchase, time invested, I'd value the whole gift at over $5K. John and I got a note signed by just Rob, thanking us for the gift. Joanne didn't like the crocheted items. They weren't store-bought and didn't fit her aesthetic. Rob and Joanne had a baby boy, Charlie Tilda, 1 year later. For the shower, I made 2 baby afghans. I wasn't able to attend due to cancer, chemo, I'm in remission now, but sent the gift via mother-in-law. Never got so much as a thank you. I saw Tilda 3 mows after Charlie was born a cute pattern for a baby's sweater hoodie. I had some extra red and green yarn, so I made it for Charlie, again, sending it via mother-in-law who was babysitting. Joanne sent a message back via Miel. Thanks, but I'm not exposing Charlie to bright colors. So if you send any more handmade junk for him, could it at least be in the muted colors that I prefer? Seth and Diana are engaged, and the wedding's in July. I was planning on, again, buying a couple of small things from the registry, but also making a tablecloth with a different pattern, which is honestly much more intricate than the one I made for Rob and Joanne. I have quite a bit of it done. But now I'm hearing from mother-in-law and Samantha that the last time they babysat for Charlie, Diana and Joanne were complaining about the ornaments, laughing about the kitschy handmade crap I'd made for Rob and Joanne's wedding, and saying how Diana would likely get the same. The dictionary says kitsch is art in poor taste, yet with a certain ironic appeal. I don't think my work fits that, but far be it from me to force things on people who won't appreciate them. So, would I be the idiot if, rather than giving Seth and Diana the tablecloth plus something small from the registry, a gift equivalent to what Rob and Diana got from us, we just buy something off the registry? And since I'll finish it anyway, give the tablecloth to my best friend instead? Honestly, I'll probably cave because I do love Seth. It's partly for him, and Diana's comments aren't his fault. Not the idiot. Save your talents and the love that goes into them for those that appreciate the gifts. If Seth says anything, just tell him that you understand Diane doesn't prefer homemade gifts, and you respect that. Offer to make him something personal like a sweater or hats and gloves. Give the tablecloth to your best friend where it will find a loving home, not the idiot. I love handmade gifts, but some people just aren't into them. It takes so much time and love to make them. Don't give them where you don't think they'll be valued. Sounds like you have some crappy styles and your mother-in-law is giving you a heads up not to bother. Get something from the register and enjoy the wedding.